In Sonic Adventure 2, the distance I travel up the rail is determined by my speed and resulting momentum based on how much goes into it. It just keeps going. It doesn't decrease.
But it's a boost game. You can't judge the boost games based on the control and physics of the adventure games.
And they are the last of their kind.
Alright, so as you already know, we are in the multimedia era of Sonic, but we still have to talk about the side content. We've got Sonic Frontiers coming this year, most likely in December, and we've seen quite a bit of gameplay of it now, about 7.5 minutes, I believe. And as we already know from before, we are going to be getting more gameplay soon. How soon? Well, we're going to get into all of that right now, and also discuss some of the aftermath of the Sonic Frontiers discourse on social media and my opinions and whatnot. But if you have subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers and hopefully 70,000 subscribers before Sonic Frontiers comes out. Although I don't know if that will happen because I lost subscribers in the previous video for not being super positive. We'll see, I guess. So on to Frontiers. Yes, we did see gameplay yesterday, and the teaser they showed the day before kind of gave off the impression that we're going to see some of the combat stuff, but then when we got the 7-minute gameplay, it was basically just running around and just playing around in the area with basically no combat, which left people feeling a bit weird. But luckily, Mitchell Saltzman has just tweeted yesterday, there's more Sonic Frontiers gameplay on the way Friday, by the way. It's going to be focused more on Sonic's new combat abilities. Now you might be thinking, who the fuck is that and why the fuck would he know? Well, the person's got a verified checkmark and he says he's the senior editorial producer at IGN, and given that Sonic has got some kind of deal with IGN to show a bunch of gameplay throughout June, they obviously are telling the truth, right? Last time we got the gameplay around 5 PM UK time, so I'm guessing it's gonna be around the same on Friday, so I'll keep an eye on that. I don't know how long this gameplay showcase is gonna be, but I'm guessing it's not gonna be short. If it's gonna be several minutes, I might go live again and showcase it, but if it's gonna be like a minute, I could just make a video giving my thoughts. I don't know, we'll see. If you guys want another live stream, let me know. If you want just another video on its own, you can let me know as well. But I've been thinking, and one of the reasons why I'm not so upset at Frontiers looking pretty mid is because I have faith in the fan base. And when I say the fan base, I don't mean the people blindly defending every single piece of gameplay until the game comes out just for them to say it was trash. I mean the modders and the developers, because my god, I've seen some things recently that just, oh my god. For starters, man, those of you who don't know, there's a developer named Lake Feppard who worked on a few Sonic fan games that are pretty well received, and he's got his own series right now called Spark the Electric Jester. Now this is a trilogy of games. The first game is basically like, think of classic Sonic inspired gameplay, so it's a 2D platformer and it's really good. Spark the Electric Jester 2 is 3D and inspired by that like Adventure 1-esque kind of movement and feel, but built upon that. And I completed that game on my non-Sonic channel, link in the description, and also on that non-Sonic channel you will find a demo of Spark the Electric Jester 3 3 that I covered, and the demo was looking pretty sick. And Spark 3 adds in rail grinding, so it's kind of like SA2, which added the rail grinding that SA1 didn't have and things like that. And Spark 3 is looking like it's going to be the best one in the trilogy. If you like early 3D Sonic, like the Adventure era shit, you will love this shit. And he dropped a trailer today, like after Frontiers, you know, dropped the flop of gameplay. He dropped this shit, and I'm just like, it's only little snippets, but as someone who's already played the demo, I already know this game's going to be solid. You can see certain moments in the trailer where there's just like acrobatic movement, right? Just the way he wall jumps off the wall and like the direction, the turning, even the simple linear shit like rail grinding and rail switching, because it has momentum, it just feels so much better to play. And there's a free demo on Steam, so you can try it for yourself if you got a PC. Right now, I think this is the pinnacle of what we can expect for like 3D quote unquote Sonic Control, right? Because this guy honestly understands how Sonic should feel more than anyone at Sonic Team right now, because all the people that did the Sonic Team shit that we actually love probably left the team by now, like, you know, aside from maybe Izuka, who's in some kind of head role. I don't think Izuka's even developing the games anymore. He's probably just sitting there at the top, you know, doing the interviews and shit. But all the people that really worked on the grunt work from the Adventure era, they're gone, like they long gone. And even in regards to like the boost games, right? Because I know a lot of people have said, well, the rail momentum is not a big deal because other boost games didn't have like major rail momentum. And it's like, yes, the boost games had less momentum than a lot of the Adventure era stuff, but boost games were designed to be very forward moving and linear, and them having less momentum could be pulled off in that gameplay style. The whole idea of having boost in an open world, especially the boost kind of control in the open world, it's so out of place, right? But again, even Generations has some resemblance of like momentum in its rail grinding. It's not as extreme as say SA2, but it's still there. Once again, Kishimoto. It's only the Kishimoto boost games that somehow have horrible rail grinding mechanics or momentum in general. And even his non-boost game Lost World, like the speed in which you rail grinded in Lost World was based on the colors of the rail, like, which I guess they used in a really interesting way in like the C-bottom segue levels, but ultimately is not how I think Sonic should control from like a momentum standpoint. But as you saw in the intro of the video, colors, forces, frontiers, all things that Kishimoto worked on had horrible momentum. Unleashed and Generations, which are boost games but not directed by Kishimoto, had better momentum. Also, people saying that this isn't using Forces DNA is fucking ridiculous. I mean, we can clearly see the Forces DNA. People have already noticed that the homing attack function is the same as Forces. People have even noticed that they've reused textures from Forces, and quite frankly, I'm not even bothered that them reusing some textures from Forces and making them look better. That doesn't bother me. It's just more so people being in denial that they've taken things from Forces. Right, again, no one cares when they take from the good games. Generations was built on Unleashed. The whole framework, the graphics, the physics was taken from Unleashed, and they refined the control and they made it better. They made the graphics worse, but that was because they wanted to hit a better frame rate on consoles, so that's fair. So again, building upon previous games is a common thing that's been done in Sonic. There's nothing wrong with the concept of building upon a previous game. The only problem is when the previous game was shit. And it's like, okay, you're building upon shit. No one wants that. No one wants icing on top of the pile of shit. That's why it's a problem, right? They should have just gone back to the drawing board when it came to physics. I mean, they could have kept the graphics and shit, like the Hedgehog Engine 2. In fact, graphically, Frontiers is far apart from Forces. It's funny how they changed the graphics so much, but the physics is what they decided to keep. But wait, this video is supposed to be talking about how Frontiers could be saved, and you just sound like you're criticizing the game again, Prem. Okay, well, so I saw something on Twitter today, which actually came out months ago, but I saw this today, and I was just blown away, man. Now, it appears to be done by some modders, Goldring Mod and Remic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but you can see this tweet here. It says, it's crazy to me that we have momentum in Sonic Generations now. Modding has come a long way. And you can see this video here. I'm going to play it. And basically, yeah, they've basically added momentum into Generations, which, I mean, it took them 10 years. I'm not saying they worked on it for 10 years, but 10 years since the game came out. And Gens was not really a heavily momentum-based game. Its control was very stiff at times, but the level design was built around it, so it was fine, as it's a more linear game. But like, to see that kind of momentum get coded into Generations, it does kind of give me faith that maybe we'll see some kind of, you know, extreme mod patch that could somehow just improve Forces. I said Force. You see, they they mix to me. They make Forces Frontiers somehow improve Frontiers' movement to where it actually feels good to move in the area. And to be fair, that's not gonna fix like the automated level design or shit like that. I wonder how far mods can go like to save this thing. Like, I mean, it would be a lot harder because Generations physics is a way better starting point than Forces or Frontiers physics. So modders, you can let me know if you think this will even be somewhat possible to do in Frontiers. Could they just like keep the same environments and just add in their own object placement to make more engaging level design? I don't know, like that could be a cool mod to see, like Frontiers like reworked kind of thing. I don't know if we'll see something that crazy like on the level of what we just saw that Generations clip, but it's clear that there's a lot of passionate fans who understand Sonic's movement a lot better than obviously Sonic Team and are willing to give it a try. And as someone who likes that kind of movement, I will be sure to showcase anything that makes a worthy attempt at covering that, right? I mean, I'm still waiting for Christian Whitehead's 3D platformer that he's working on that. They basically announced, but they haven't shown anything yet, except for a few images of the engine. So I'm really hoping that is also a saving grace as well. But yeah, like with Frontiers, like those of you who remember my Forces coverage, I was very angry because I was like hype at the beginning and then I tried to stay hype and then I realized the game was going to be a dud and then I became very like negative and pessimistic, and that was obviously because the gameplay was shit, but also because I felt like I had waited for mid and I was very disappointed, and I'm still disappointed here, but I'm just a bit more accepting here. Like if this like the 5 stages of grief, I've gotten to the acceptance point. I'm like, okay, Frontiers is not going to be in my top 5, it's not going to be in my top 10, it's not going to be in my top 15, it's not even going to be everything from the 2010s. Like, okay, but we're getting to that point where fans are really going to have to take over the shit properly. Like 3D Sonic will get taken over by fans, whether it's original IPs inspired by the movement and gameplay of 3D Sonic or fan projects or both. But fans have got this, man. We're getting to that golden era of 3D Sonic fan games. We're gonna get into that era soon. Lake Fepard leading the way, but I think more of it's gonna come sooner rather than later. And by the end of this decade, we're gonna be having a whole different conversation when it comes to fan content. Like, there's quite a few 3D Sonic fan games that are on the right track when it comes to that gameplay, but I don't think are fully there yet. Like, Omens has great presentation, even though I don't think the gameplay is perfect or anything like that. But we are slowly directing ourselves in that place where we're gonna get the big one, right? Like, something like Spark 3, if you were to just slap on big budget onto that game, like graphically and presentation and cutscene wise, that shit would be a masterpiece. Real talk. Even without it, it's still gonna be an amazing game, I'm just saying. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this situation. We are getting more Sonic Frontiers gameplay tomorrow. It's amazing getting this much gameplay for a Sonic game. Like, usually get like one little snippet and then it's like months of drought. It's like teaser and then another trailer the next day and then a few more days, and then, you know, it's actually kind of cool. Like, this marketing in terms of showing the thing would have been great if the game was great, quite frankly. But yeah, it is what it is. Big shout out to all my members. If you want to become a channel member, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.